This is narrated from an article written by Kate Bailey in kbwell.org/writings, printed July 1st, 2020. It's a literature review, Restorative Yoga. PubMed results for searching restorative yoga gathers 15 articles total, suggesting that there is opportunities for future research when it comes to applying this type of intervention to a wide array of populations. As is true in most research utilizing yoga, methodologies are widely variable, often not explicit, and likely unrepeatable due to the wide variety of teaching styles. Thus, we must extrapolate what we can from the research available not only on restorative yoga, but also on how relaxation affects the various systems of the body. In Restorative Yoga and Menopause, it's Cohen, 2007, looked at the feasibility of restorative yoga for treatment of hot flashes. Conclusion: it is feasible to teach restorative yoga to women who noted high rates of satisfaction. While the study did not have sufficient power, n equals 13, there was an overall reduction of hot flashes frequency by 31%, a reduction in hot flash score of 34%, and a reduction in menopause-related quality of life scores, 16%, and insomnia severity, 20%. For metabolic syndrome, restorative yoga was compared to stretching. By Kanyaya, 2014, the stretching group had significant reductions in weight at 6 months, reduction in waist circumference at 12 months, improved mental health scores, and improved physical activity and caloric intake. The yoga group had significant reduction in waist circumference and weight at 6 and 12 months, improved fasting insulin, fasting glucose, HbA1c, increased HDL, and improved physical activity and caloric intake. Thus, if patients are unable to perform restorative yoga for a variety of reasons, a stretching program may be a good alternative. Corey, in 2014, also looked at stretching versus restorative yoga and found that there was a higher HEP compliance in the restorative yoga group. Stretching showed greater improvement in cortisol and psychosocial scores, which the authors attributed to the social interaction during the stretching group. The authors stressed that social support reduces the inflammatory pathways. However, social support is not a controllable factor and therefore something to encourage. The authors suggested for supine and inverted restorative yoga postures the following physiological mechanisms. There's a stimulation of baroreceptor activity, inducing reflexes that produce a wide range of relaxing effects, including shifting the sympathetic parasympathetic balance towards predominantly parasympathetic nervous system activity. Thus, there is a reduction in blood pressure, lowering plasma epinephrine and norepinephrine levels, and calming the brain activity via ascending inhibitory pathways. Dell and Moreland in 1966, Cole in 1989. Furthermore, supine and inverted postures lower heart rate, VO2 max, and brachial arterial blood pressure, Blake in 2006, as well as increase in cardiac vagal tone, Katap 2007. Corey in 2014 also looked at stretching versus restorative yoga and found that there was higher HEP compliance in the restorative yoga group. Stretching showed greater improvement in cortisol and psychosocial scores, which the authors attributed to the social interactions during the stretching group. And the authors stressed that social support is a stress buffer itself that reduces threat reactivity and reduces the inflammatory pathway. However, social support not being a controllable factor. The authors suggested for supine and inverted mechanisms that there's a stimulation of baroreceptor activity inducing reflexes that produce a wide range of relaxing effects, including shifting the sympathetic-parasympathetic balance towards predominant parasympathetic nervous system activity, and thus there's a reduction in blood pressure, lowering plasma epinephrine and norepinephrine levels, and calming the brain activity via ascending inhibitory pathways. Furthermore, supine and inverted postures lower heart rate, VO2 max, and brachial arterial blood pressure, as well as increase the cardiac vagal tone.